Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Sleepy Hollow, to an episode that is fundamentally change this city here. It's going to fundamentally change the way we see it, and it's probably also going to be the biggest change ever that I've done to a city in Farthest Frontier. We're going to change 2 districts, and I've been thinking a bit of that, and some of you have given me advice as well. And while a lot of work in the beginning, in the long term it will push us beyond limits, I think, at least. It also makes sense. And that is, of course, this district here needs to be switched with this district here. Now, of course, I had at some point in my mind already that we need to move the industry district at some point. That's just natural how this game works as well. But in that case, there's a lot of space here. There's a beautiful lake. Why not expand the city, have a decent park in the center, and up here we have our industry zone that is not only closer to the fields, to the windmills, but also, and that is important, to the mountains where more and more ore is coming out, where also another deep coal mine is being finished and another deep iron mine is coming out, right? There's also stone up here, there's the forest, so we can do a lot here. We can make everything more efficient while also making sense. This is going to be quite the endeavor, so you might just jump 10 minutes ahead and you will then see a transformed city. We're doing this here step by step. It's important to consider a few things, and that is, of course, my forage shacks. Some of them are working on the, let's call it on the west bank of the lake, so we'll definitely need to continue moving them a bit further over here, right? There we have the barns, so yeah, why not? Let's have them then close to the barns here. These have been around here since the beginning of the game, right? So they have been in this area for a long time. For years, to be precise, 38 years, and it's a wonder they still stand, right? And it also doesn't really make sense to have these tiny wooden huts close to a city center. So this is what I would like to do. Let's move them over in a more compact area that we have. There's also this fishing shack that I can move a bit further down here. This makes sense to me because the fish, of course, stay in this area. There's also, oh, wait a second, this fishing shack, there is the other one that we'll need to make sure that we use the right one here. There it is, right? This one. Let's move it a bit further there, where we have the boosted fish, right? This makes sense as well. We have still this clay pit around, but we're going to run out of clay eventually and then it disappears. So this is not something I put into my calculations here right now. Then we have the core industry. Let's start by moving the wagon shop up here where the future industry is going to be. And this is going to be tricky now because we cannot move everything at once, of course. First of all, we probably... Do we want to have another entrance here to my town center? No, we don't really need to do this, as we can have this path here fully upgraded then as well, boosting the output, right? So I don't think that we need to do this. So what we need to do first is consider where we get the market square. And it's probably going to be right here. And as we can see, we can really make a beautiful town center here out of all of this. I would like to move it a bit further away so we have a nice park area here then. So this might actually make more sense. Or actually something like this, right? That means those buildings here have to go first. And that is the forester camp. Alright. The forester camp was busy for a while now. Right, so this is quite the work. I really don't like to destroy this. So we're just going to move it a bit further away. We need to, because it is having a desirability penalty. Right, so let's try and move this one over into this region. And I hope it does not attract too much undesirability then for that, right? This is one thing. The sawmill we can already move. There we have the central storages, right, for logs and stuff like that. So we definitely want to have the sawmill close here to that as well. By the way, we need to do something here, I think. We'll see. We definitely do need to have a direct access here. So what we can do is we can move the watchtower, for starters, a bit further over there, giving me a bit more room here now. Traders, that's important. Very good. Pottery we can always sell. Soap, we have lots of that in stock again. We also have a bit more cheese again. Let's sell some cheese. And very good. Iron ingots. Let's also transfer some gold over. We still need that for the mines. Speaking about the mines, The next one is finished. We have 40 laborers available right now. I'm going to keep them because we're going to need a lot of builders now to quickly finish that district transition, right? And without that, I'd rather not do anything. So there's the Weaver. Some of them do not cause a desirability penalty, right? The Weaver is one of these buildings here. It's a very neutral building in itself when compared to the smeltery. By the way, we cannot really see their penalty, right? You can only see that on them, but not when I click on the building itself. So for the Weaver, it's not causing undesirability. So I can take this one and move it, yeah, closer to the city, right? So over there. There's also the wagon driver being moved now. Alright, and what we can do now as well is what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move or salvage those buildings here. And I just hope that there's no raid coming in now. That would be a bad timing indeed. And we can have then right away... Alright, one step back, of course, again. We're at the beginning of the year. Let's start small by just moving all these buildings now as intended. Some of them are getting moved on really quickly. We have the workers for that ready. And I know now that there, of course, is going to be a raid coming in from the south. So we're not going to demolish that road or that wall just yet. Even, of course, we have to, because we will definitely need to get this industry here to a quick access. We could also make here one road and here this road going in. That would be fine too, right? It's just a few seconds difference, but for everything to make sense, we probably will need to have an access also from that area to it. Alright, as we can see, lots of movement. I've never done a big transition like this, so we're just going to see how my people are getting affected as more and more industry is now moving to them, and they will not be happy about that, of course. So they will probably abandon those buildings rather quickly. Next one is being moved. This is then, yeah, this whole square is then ready. There's a basket shop here still. The basket shop is, of course, low penalty stuff, so we can have this one a bit closer to the village itself, right? So I would even like to have it in this area for now. This would be fine too. A traveling merchant now arrives. That was the one with... No, nothing here. We can sell some honey. Oh no, price is too bad. We have lots of beer. Let's sell some beer. Getting some coin out of that is great. And I think we don't need to work on... some stone would be lovely, but not really important. So rather... No, we don't need any here, right? We can just make some coin, that's it. Yeah, we are at the population cap here. Let's slaughter some cows again. In both of them. Just something that I need to do. Because I don't want to have a third barn just yet. So where's the raid? By now it should arrive. There's a mass migration here of cows, it seems also. Where are they going? Mourning their losses now, I think. Alright, it's getting empty. And of course, we also need to move these here once again. Low desirability. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Can't be avoided, unfortunately, this time. I need to move those buildings first, and then we can move my villages over again. That's how it goes. No raid yet. Bit surprised here. Didn't we just move the basket? Let's move it again. Oh, the second one, sorry. We have two of them, of course, so I can move a second one as well. That's the one, yeah. And there's the raid. With 104 raiders. Oh, okay. Different direction this time. Coming in from the east. So the barracks will be attacked first, I think. And of course, let's once again ring the bell. We'll just see how they get attracted. They're moving, of course, now rather quickly. By the way, I think my trade center... No, there's no gold here yet. Perfect. Would have been also bad timing. Oh, they're also coming in from the north. Alright. But they will have no chance from that side. Alright, and they're also safely ignoring my barracks. So let's move the soldiers over. Last time they did an amazing job. And we need to get this back. Because the soldiers, and that's the cool thing, they can fire through the walls with their crossbows. It seems to be, once again, a more massive raid this time. And they're really easily and quickly destroying those walls here. And now they're in the inner area. My soldiers at this point have fled, it seems. And now they're attacking my town hall. Alright. Nah, we still have the soldiers. They're going to pig out some of them. And let's hope that morale drops quickly, because right now we are having a bit of a problem. And they're fleeing again. Whew! It was a close one. I think the town center hasn't been this damaged in a long time. My soldiers, please return back home. You don't need to chase them. Unfortunately, they don't really heed my call. Very good. Shows me what we need. A third layer of protection and a few more guard towers. But I feel rather confident. The upgrade to the barracks should also be fine at some point. Alright. And we can continue now with the trading. So there's the beer that we can sell. 320, just on time. And he would also, the second trader arrived, would purchase nothing really. And I also don't need to purchase anything from this second trader here. So it's a bit of gold that we made, and that's it, right? Alright, meanwhile the moving continues. This one has been moved now, finally. So we can use this whole forested area here again to chop down all the logs that we need. So this is really just a log forester camp now. Working on that, a wood camp, right? Focusing completely on logs. And then we probably will need one that focuses completely on stone again, right? Even though we have a lot of stone right now. One of them is doing this actually, right? We're focusing on stone. And then we need a third one, of course, probably then in the upper area here. Okay, this is being rebuilt. Really, not that much damage. It looked pretty devastating at first. Let's do this, please, here. Prioritize, please. I don't know why construction was disabled. Delete the road. We still have some more of these forager shacks. We can move them a bit further to the back here. There's then also the Fletcher and the Hunter. Another Hunter. Let's move this over there too. To the fields, where it just makes sense to me. And the village was raided. 76 raiders were killed out of the 104. 4 villagers were killed and 8 buildings destroyed. Yeah. That's not such a bad thing, really. Where were the other buildings destroyed, though? There. There's also 2 gates here that were destroyed. The 2 here, that's 4. Still missing a few buildings, no idea. Can't be that important then. Right, for the laborers. By the way, I think... Oh, this is still not finished, but at least the coal we can continue here. To get more coal in. As we can see, we can already see the increase in coal. Up to 80 now. What an amazing forest really they built here. I don't know why they have left this area off. And, I mean, there are trees growing, what I can see. Interesting layouts they use here. There's definitely something wrong with this. Let's disable that once more and move it again. Sometimes it just does not work. Oh, we have the stone here that still needs to be cut down. Yeah, that's the reason. There's the Fletcher. Yeah, we need now a bit more room up here then. And then the forge, of course, and the others are coming. So our whole city development depends on these rocks here right now. 2 more. You can do this. Really taking a long time. Finally, we can now move that building here. And once gone, we can now start with the city district transition. It's just great that we're doing it now and not anytime later, because of course it would just have got more messy over time. Here in the center, we don't need to have the influence really, because there I plan a bigger park, you might say. Or we just have 2 rows of buildings here left and right. Will also make sense. But I like the idea of a bit of a central park there as well. So let's do that. So let's have a bit of a distance here that we can keep. Right, so the market is probably going to be somewhere over here so that we can still have some service buildings surrounded as well. There you go. And we can also have the school already moved over, just behind the market really. Very good, that wagon shop is gone, and with that we can now also start moving those houses finally into this area. Just along the lake would be beautiful, of course. That I would need to get rid of this road there again and keep a bit of a more distance then to it. We can have 2 full rows of houses then in this area. As we can see, a lot of manual work now. But I think it's going to be worth it. Have this road here. And this road goes then over here. And then just along the market. Just along the lake, right? We need to move that well as well. A bit further down perhaps. Like so. There's still 70% water, which is fine to me. And let's just hope that we have enough builders yet, because they are going to be quite busy for a while. Even a blizzard does not hinder us on our endeavor, so it is deadly cold right now. People rather not work outside, it's understandable. Oh, we have an overpopulation there once more. Enough firewood is provided though, so those people will all have their warm houses. As we can also see, 25 of 25 builders are working on that right now. Let's increase that to 30 builders since we have enough laborers anyway. And I want to quickly finish this, of course, because it leaves us a bit vulnerable there as well at the moment. Let's move that watchtower once more to the outer side here. And we don't really need a road. If I think right about this, I might have a road here. So this road here can disappear. These houses are going to disappear now anyway. So let's start moving them too. They're not going to be too happy about that, as they're going to move into a high polluted area for now. Right, so there's basically no desirability here. But that's okay. This area is now available. This is actually a very important area to me. So I'm going to move my blacksmiths and my foundries over there. Right, so the ones that we really need in high quantity. And that would be that building here, the smeltery. And let's just make sure that we do have it also, so I can have a potential second one then as well of it, right? Which we need, of course. Let's have the first one, and then I can have a second one behind this. So I'm just going to keep a bit of a distance there. And then I can move also my armory. That's actually built to at least the foundation for it already. There it is, the foundry. And as we can see, we can then easily squeeze it in here. And yeah, for the heck of it, build that road. And then we can move the armory. And wait a second, the blacksmith first. Just behind it, getting the iron then from it. So this is going to be a high dense area there. And let's actually pause the construction of this one. Because I do need to finish everything else here first, of course. And boy, it's a lot. Next one is going to be my armory. We can also have this one here then. Very good. So all of these buildings are disappearing now. I think compost yards. Yeah, this is something we're going to need a bit closer to the city itself. So I'm going to have it over here for now. And I think it will definitely affect my desirability though. Compost yard is a tricky beast. A bit more in the forested area. I think this we can do. Let's just have it here for now. Yeah, it could work. It could work out if we have something in between. We'll just see. Another shelter that we still need to move. There you go. The well has been moved. So we have now this beautiful lake road then as well, right? That continues here. Very good. Finally, also marketplace and school are coming along. Candle shop. What is here? The Potter building is a high undesirability. So let's have this. Also, we need a lot of it. So have it a bit closer here. Perhaps actually let's have it over here. Very good. Cobbler shop. Not a big penalty, so let's have it a bit closer to the city. Even though, yeah, here actually we still have some room then. Let's start moving these houses there as well. Cooper. Yeah, this is something with my heavy industry, so we should have it then some over here as well. Also to the iron production, and very important, the glass maker. Let's have this one a bit closer here to the center, because it just needs a lot of glass and sand all the time. It might just make sense to have it a bit central there as well. Alright, very important as well, we need to have a road connection to the mountain area then, right? So I would like to have this one. Oh, this is beautiful. Nice curvy road that goes all the way up here to the mountain, right to where we have the mines. And by the way, the next mine has been finished as well. Let's quickly check it out. 20 labors we have. Let's just push this one here up to 12 now too. There's 2 full iron mines now working to get all of that iron and coal that we need in. And also the heavy industry is now coming in. Perfect. Looking better like this. So there's a few more buildings coming up. Next up is on my list the trade center. That is also well, out of place a bit, and we can move it over here. So this once again is a buffer between my city and my industry, so we can have it then just here, also beside my defenses of course, and also beside the storages that we have. There's still another building here. This one does not. The preservist building, does it reduce desirability? I don't think so. No, it has a neutral effect. So we can also have it a bit closer. Let's have it here. It's just really important, right? We might also have it closer to my food storages, right? The food storages are in here. Yeah, that's going to be fine. 14 people. Don't you see that I have no housing anymore? Let's turn them away. We have too many. Sorry. Yeah, this is a bit strange. They don't like to be turned away that much. And alright, I hope let's not hope that we're stuck in a loop here. Looks good. I would also like to remodel a few things here. We're going to make this road down there. The game is finicky when it comes to connecting roads. Get rid of that first, and then we should be able to safely move it in. There you go. We still have those rat catchers, but we actually do need them a bit closer to the city, some of them at least, right? So might have just one over there where the shrine used to be. And we also need to have one for the southern city, so let's have it along the lake for now. Moving it away a bit. I just hope that that park is compensating a bit for the look of that clay pit, but it's fine. And then we have that well that I might also want to move a bit further down here. There's also more water bonus. So that we slowly get rid of the whole area here. An apothecary, that is actually something we could also have a bit more central perhaps to my city. right? So this is producing medicine, but we don't have really any medicinal herbs right now, so I'm a bit stuck there. Where should we place you? Perhaps a bit more in the city. Yeah, we have some room right now. Let's do this. Alright, the city's coming up. Some of them like to upgrade, some of them do not like to live there, so there's a high discrepancy here, as we can see. We have also the desirability penalty. Yeah, this compost yard unfortunately is too close. I was expecting it halfway, so let's move it a bit further away still. Over here. That should be really fine then. Let's also have a healer hut beside the school. And then a pub on the other side to sell some beer. That we could have like this. We can definitely leave some room here available for some gardens and whatnot. This will increase desirability again with those two. And also, of course, we could have a festival pole. For that, it's important that we keep a bit of a distance to the other one, because as we can see, the desirability boost goes down the closer I am. But look at the range of it. It's beautiful. So even if we have it here, it is affecting even the houses at the lake, right? So this is in general just increasing desirability a lot across the board. Another theater over there might work wonders then as well, but for now I think that's okay. Then we have this area here still available. Let's get rid of that road. Entirely. So there is looking much better now. By the way, this road here we'll need to build again, but it's closing with that. And then we have this area available now, but of course that's not all going to be park area. That would be a bit of a waste there really. But we can do something else. Build more houses. We do need them. Even though desirability is not on par here yet, it's getting there. Four more houses are fine. Perfect. And then we can have a nice park area here now. And with so many buildings or builders available right now, of course, this is all quickly done. The healer hut is already finished. 11 laborers still. By the way, how's it looking there on my iron? It is looking good and continues to climb. And yeah, Sleepy Hollow is looking way different. I hope I didn't promise too much. And with that, we have a fully functional industry now popping up here. And the third city district growing along the lake. And we continue onwards in the next episode. Stay tuned!